So we've been talking about AI for a while now. It's been this slow burn, this gradual trickle of new features, new apps, and new possibilities that have been seeping into our daily lives. But every once in a while you get this feeling that we're on the cusp of something much, much bigger. A genuine step change. And I think 2025 is shaping up to be one of those moments. Welcome, tech enthusiasts, to a deep dive into what's next. We're not just talking about incremental updates anymore, we're talking about fundamental shifts in how we interact with technology and how it impacts some of the most critical parts of our world. Today, we're unpacking the top 5 AI trends that are set to completely revolutionize 2025. This isn't just about faster processors or smarter chatbots. We're looking at a convergence of technologies that are about to hit the mainstream in a huge way. From the doctor's office to your daily workflow, the changes coming are profound. It's the kind of stuff that feels like science fiction until suddenly it's just how things work. So, buckle up and get ready for a bit of future shock and awe. The conversation around AI is maturing. We're moving past the initial hype and into the phase of practical, real-world application. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, let's talk about healthcare. For years, the promise of AI in medicine has been a huge talking point, but it often felt theoretical, something far off in the future. Well, 2025 is the year that promise starts to become reality in a big way. We're seeing a massive shift from research papers and pilot programs to tangible deployed systems that are actively enhancing patient care. Think about the sheer volume of data a single hospital generates every single day. It's humanly impossible for any doctor or team of doctors to process all of it effectively. This is where AI steps in, not to replace the doctor, but to augment their abilities. AI algorithms are now being integrated directly into diagnostic workflows. Imagine a radiologist looking at a CT scan. An AI can pre-scan that image and highlight areas of potential concern with a level of precision that can surpass the human eye, especially after a long shift. Beyond diagnostics, AI is streamlining the entire operational backbone of hospitals. Patient scheduling, resource allocation, bed management. These are incredibly complex logistical puzzles. AI-powered systems can now analyze real-time data from across the hospital to optimize the flow of patients. This means shorter wait times for patients, less administrative burden on nurses, and a more efficient use of critical resources. And it goes even deeper, right down to personalized treatment plans. By analyzing a patient's genetic makeup, lifestyle factors, and medical history, AI models can help predict how they might respond to different therapies. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, doctors can move towards hyper-personalized medicine. This could mean selecting the most effective chemotherapy drug for a specific patient's tumor, or adjusting medication dosages based on predictive analytics. Of course, with this power comes immense responsibility. The ethical implementation is paramount. Patient data must be anonymized and protected with Fort Knox-level security. By automating many of the tedious administrative tasks, AI is freeing up clinicians to do what they do best: connect with their patients. More face-to-face time, more empathy, more focus on the human element of medicine. Now, let's zoom in on a specific and incredibly powerful branch of AI, generative AI. We've all seen what it can do with text and images, from ChatGPT to Midjourney, but its application in healthcare is where things get truly mind-blowing. In 2025, generative AI is moving beyond novelty and becoming a core engine for medical innovation. One of the most immediate impacts is in medical imaging. Then there's the acceleration of medical research, particularly in drug discovery. Developing a new drug is an incredibly long and expensive process, often taking over a decade and costing billions. Generative AI can completely revolutionize this. Scientists can define the desired properties of a drug, and the AI can generate novel molecular structures that fit those criteria. It's like having a super-intelligent chemist that can brainstorm millions of potential candidates in a matter of hours. This generative capability also extends to complex data synthesis. The human body is an intricate system, and understanding disease requires looking at multiple data types at once: genomics, proteomics, clinical notes, imaging data, and more. Think about clinical trials. Recruiting the right patients for a trial is a major bottleneck. Generative AI can help by creating synthetic patient profiles based on the characteristics of a real patient population. This technology is also becoming a powerful assistant for the clinicians themselves. Imagine a doctor dealing with a rare and complex case. They could input all the patient's symptoms and test results into a generative model that has been trained on the entire corpus of medical literature. The AI could then generate a summary of potential diagnoses, list relevant research papers, and even suggest possible treatment pathways, all ranked by probability. It's like having an instant, on-demand consultation with a global panel of experts. Of course, the validation process here is absolutely critical. A generative model that hallucinates or produces inaccurate information in a medical context could have disastrous consequences. So the focus in 2025 is on building robust, reliable, and grounded generative systems. The goal is a human-in-the-loop system where the AI provides powerful suggestions, but the final clinical judgment always rests with the trained medical professional. So, with all this incredible power comes a growing sense of responsibility. The conversation around AI in 2025 is no longer just about can we do this, but should we do this, and how do we do it right? We're entering an era of mature focus on ethical AI. The Wild West days are coming to an end, and in their place, we're seeing the development of robust frameworks, best practices, and importantly, a growing regulatory environment. A huge piece of this puzzle is data privacy. In healthcare especially, patient data is one of the most sensitive types of information there is. The principles of GDPR and HIPAA are now being baked into the very architecture of AI systems from the ground up. Techniques like federated learning are becoming more common. This is a clever approach where the AI model is trained locally on data at individual hospitals without the raw data ever leaving the premises. Then there's the critical issue of bias. An AI model is only as good as the data it's trained on. If a training dataset historically underrepresents certain demographic groups, the resulting AI can perpetuate and even amplify existing health disparities. Acknowledging this is the first step, and in 2025 we're seeing a concerted effort to actively combat it. This involves curating more diverse and representative datasets, as well as developing algorithmic tools to audit models for bias. Transparency and explainability are also moving from academic concepts to industry requirements. The push for explainable AI, or XAI, is about creating models that can articulate the why behind their decisions. We're also seeing the rise of a new profession, the AI ethicist or AI auditor. These are specialists who work alongside development teams to scrutinize models, test for potential harms, and ensure compliance with ethical guidelines. On the regulatory front, governments around the world are starting to catch up. We're moving beyond vague principles and towards concrete legislation. The EU's AI Act is a landmark example, proposing a risk-based approach. This increasing regulatory environment is also forcing a standardization of practices. Companies will need to maintain meticulous records of their data sources, training methodologies, and testing procedures. Ultimately, the focus on ethical AI is about aligning technological progress with human values. It's a recognition that these tools will have a profound impact on society, and we have a collective responsibility to steer that impact in a positive direction. In 2025, ethics is not an afterthought or a checkbox on a compliance form. It is a core pillar of AI development, as fundamental as the code and the data itself. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. When we think of autonomous, our minds usually jump to self-driving cars. But in 2025, the concept of autonomy, powered by AI, is expanding into something much broader and in many ways more impactful. We're talking about the rise of agentic architectures, AI systems that can not only analyze information but can also take actions, complete multi-step tasks, and interact with other digital systems on our behalf. In healthcare, this is a game changer for access and efficiency. Imagine an AI agent tasked with scheduling a complex surgical procedure. This isn't just about finding a slot in a calendar. The agent would need to coordinate with the surgeon's schedule, check the availability of the specific operating room and required equipment, verify the patient's insurance pre-authorization, book pre-operative lab tests, and communicate all of this information seamlessly. This creates what you could call a digitized healthcare network. These AI agents act as the connective tissue, linking together disparate systems that historically haven't talked to each other well. By creating this interoperability, these agents break down data silos and automate workflows that cross organizational boundaries. The result is a healthcare system that feels less fragmented and more like a single, coordinated entity. This concept of agentic AI extends beyond just scheduling. Think about managing chronic diseases. A patient's AI agent could monitor their data from a wearable glucose monitor. If it detects a concerning trend, it could autonomously schedule a telehealth appointment with their endocrinologist, order a prescription refill from the pharmacy, and send updated educational materials to the patient's phone, all without any manual intervention. The key technology enabling this is the advancement in large language models, or LLMs, and their ability to use tools. An LLM can now understand a complex goal, break it down into a sequence of logical steps, and then execute those steps by calling on different APIs or software tools. This is leading to the development of entire agentic architectures, where multiple specialized AI agents collaborate to achieve a larger goal. They work together, passing tasks and information back and forth to manage the entire patient journey. Of course, the safety and control of these autonomous systems are paramount. You need robust guardrails to prevent an agent from going off script and taking unintended actions. There must be clear hierarchies, approval workflows, and human-in-the-loop checkpoints for critical decisions. For instance, an agent might be able to propose a prescription refill, but it would require a final, explicit approval from a licensed pharmacist or doctor. So, in 2025, we're looking at the early but powerful stages of AI moving from a passive analytical tool to an active participant in digital ecosystems. These autonomous agents are the next logical step in automation. They promise to bring a new level of efficiency and connectivity to industries like healthcare, reducing administrative friction and freeing up human professionals to focus on higher value, uniquely human work. Finally, let's bring it down to the day-to-day grind. For all the futuristic talk of autonomous agents and generative medicine, one of the most immediate and widespread impacts of AI in 2025 will be on productivity. This is the quiet revolution happening in every office, including, and especially, in healthcare. It's about tackling the mountain of paperwork, data entry, and bureaucratic overhead that bogs down so many professionals. Think about the sheer amount of documentation involved in a single patient visit. The doctor's notes have to be transcribed, the visit has to be coded for billing, a claim has to be submitted to insurance, and the patient's chart has to be updated. Now, AI-powered tools are automating huge chunks of this workflow. Ambient clinical intelligence systems can listen to the natural conversation between a doctor and patient and automatically generate accurate, structured clinical notes in real time. After the visit, another AI tool can analyze the generated note and automatically suggest the correct medical billing codes, ICD-10, CPT, a task that is notoriously complex and prone to human error. Chart summarization is a great example. A doctor seeing a new patient with a long and complex medical history might have to spend 30 minutes reading through hundreds of pages of old records. An AI tool can now ingest that entire chart and produce a concise, clinically relevant summary in seconds. These productivity tools are also becoming increasingly integrated and accessible. They aren't just standalone applications anymore. They're being built directly into the electronic health record systems that doctors and nurses use every day. And this trend isn't limited to healthcare, of course. In every industry, AI productivity tools are automating tasks like summarizing long email chains, scheduling meetings across different time zones, generating first drafts of reports, and analyzing sales data. The goal is to eliminate the work about work, all the coordination and administrative overhead, so we can spend more of our time on deep, creative, and strategic thinking. So as we look to 2025, the proliferation of these AI productivity tools represents a fundamental shift in how we work. By automating the mundane, these tools are not only driving efficiency and cost savings, but are also creating the space for more meaningful, human-centric work. So there you have it. 5 massive trends that are shaping the AI landscape for 2025. From the doctor's office to your daily productivity, AI is moving from a futuristic concept into a practical, indispensable part of our world. We're seeing more intelligent healthcare, more creative research through generative models, a stronger focus on ethics and safety, the rise of autonomous agents handling complex tasks, and powerful tools that are eliminating administrative friction from our work lives. The key takeaway is that this is no longer a distant future, it's the new reality we are building right now. The pace of change is incredible, and staying informed is more important than ever. If you're looking to go even deeper and understand the geopolitical and economic forces driving this revolution, I highly recommend checking out the book AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee. It provides a fantastic perspective on the global AI race and its implications. We've dropped our Amazon affiliate link in the description below if you want to grab a copy and support the channel. It's a foundational read for anyone serious about understanding this space. Alright, that's it for me. It's an exciting time to be watching the tech space, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Which of these trends are you most excited or concerned about? Drop a comment down below and let's get a conversation started. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, do all the YouTube things like subscribe and definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. We've got a lot more future-focused tech insights coming your way. Catch you in the next one.